Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Reno Turkatney.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a pleasure to speak at the second reading of this bill, the Agricultural Compounds and Veterinary Medicines Amendment Bill. And so that is quite a hefty title, but this is a very important piece of legislation, sir. And for those that may not know what we're talking about here, we're talking about the regulation of agricultural compounds, and they are agricultural chemicals, like also known as pesticides, veterinary medicines, vertebrate toxic agents, for example, pest control, and a range of other compounds used to manage plants and animals, for example, fertilizers and and some other surfactants, that's it. So that's what we're talking about here, sir. And it was a pleasure coming in midstream on this bill onto the Primary Production Committee just to hear the submitters and to find out the rationale really of what we were doing. And this came down to a fine balance, sir, a fine balance of ensuring that suppliers of these agricultural compounds were able to recoup their significant investment that they put into, in particular, new and innovative products. For them to be able to recoup that, under the existing legislation, sir, there was a 5-year protection for new innovative products, and the original bill that was introduced extended that to 8 years, but following quite detailed examination by the committee, it was felt that 10 years would be a more appropriate protection for that confidential information which accompanies these applications, because as we know, sir, once that confidential information, once the protections expire, it's open slander for any other competitor to create their own generic product based on the confidential, based on that data which has been protected. So we are increasing that data period of protection out to 10 years. That may seem like a significant period of time, but in the context, sir, and as has been touched on by the Minister, that extended period is a fair amount of time for the suppliers to recoup that investment. It also allows the suppliers a bit more flexibility to apply for new uses of those compounds and also have the benefit of the extended time frame as well, sir. So at the end of the day, it was a call that needed to be made, but I think that the committee has come to a pragmatic outcome. We listened to the concerns of the industry, and giving them that extra period of protection seemed a very sound, pragmatic move. Now, I know it wasn't wholly supported. There are concerns, I guess, in terms of making sure that there is competition available, more choice, more competition for the consumer, for our farm producers, our horticultural industries right across the country. But at the end of the day, I'm comfortable with the extended period that we have agreed on at this, which we have included in the bill at the second reading. Now, I know Mr. Prosser, I think, who's about to make his contribution soon, he wanted to extend the protection for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. I think he might be putting in place a supplementary order paper to extend the time. But I think 10 years is a very, very, very good, even-handed outcome that we have come to. And of course, sir, the bill does more than it does, extend for innovative products, and also the same applies to non-innovative products as well. So initially it was 3 years protection. That's been extended to 5 years. And also for the applications on new use, we've expanded the definition of new use to, as it was considered a bit too narrow from the the bill as it was initially introduced. So, sir, we certainly hope that we will see the benefits from this legislation. We will see more applications made to extend through more uses of existing products, and also through more because of the confidence that companies will have, they'll be able to go through the process to register their their compounds, and the knowledge that they will have extended data protection. And that will hopefully lead them to reinvest and to look into other various innovative products that they can come up with. Because we need these products, sir. At the end of the day, they are vital to our economy, vital to our food production especially. It underpins our whole GDP and our whole standard of living that we have as a nation. So it's very important that we do have access to world-class products, agricultural compounds, and veterinary medicines. And it may seem full of jargon in terms of the language of the bill, sir, but practically it is very, very important to the livelihoods and indeed to the standard of living that we have as a nation. So I do commend the Minister for his second reading speech. He did sound like an absolute expert on the area, much like I do. The great farmer from Rongotai who has single-handedly boosted the Māori economy exponentially in his time as Māori Minister of Treaty Settlements. I do acknowledge the Minister for his contribution there. And I do look forward to seeing just greater productivity, greater innovations, and greater exports and foreign exchange earnings that can be achieved through this piece of legislation, sir, and I commend it to the House.